In an upstairs room at a new Plymouth lifestyle block with a view across to Mt Taranaki, a scientist is helping colleagues fly drones into volcanic plumes half a world away in Papua New Guinea. Their mission? To study gases in the plume to help better predict potential volcanic eruptions. Our Taranaki-Whanganui reporter Robin Martin has more.
Volcano geochemist Cindy Werner is the eye in the sky for Kiwi scientist Dr. Ian Schipper, who has developed specially reinforced drones to bag gases from inside volcanic plumes and bring them back out for testing. The Victoria University volcanologist and an international team of scientists are currently 4,000 kilometres north in Bougainville, taking samples from the 1,700-metre Bogana volcano, one of Melanesia's youngest and most active volcanoes. This is where Missouri-born Dr. Werner comes in.
You have to get downwind of the volcano, and at the summits of these volcanoes, the wind conditions can be very different than when you're than when you're sitting on the ground. So what I've been doing for Ian is helping him to understand what those wind conditions are at the height where the gas is coming out of the volcano.
Dr. Werner is relaying information from the latest satellite weather and plume imaging forecasts to direct the team on the ground about when and where to put up the drones. She does it using a Garmin InReach device, a two-way satellite communicator which allows her to text message Dr. Schipper. Not that he can text back just at the moment.
So he dropped his phone, unfortunately, in the river, and the phone uses Bluetooth to connect to the InReach device. So the InReach device is connecting to the satellites, and then you use your phone to communicate with the device. So I'm able to use my phone to send this data to the Iridium device, but yeah, unfortunately, he's not able to communicate very efficiently right now.
Dr. Schipper is camped about 7 kilometres from Bogana and is hiking another 3 kilometres into the drone launch site. Dr. Werner says the team is using two types of drone.
Ian has developed a rotocopter UAV that has on board a miniaturized UV spectrometer that's able to look up through the plume and measure the amount of SO2 in that plume. The other team is bringing a fixed-wing UAV, and that is flying through the plume and measuring the gas composition.
Dr. Werner says geochemistry has come a long way, and it's important to measure the gases because it relates to the amount of magma and how quickly it comes to the surface, giving useful hints at upcoming eruptions. Brad Scott, a volcanologist at GNS Science, is also excited about the prospects of Dr. Schipper's work.
Bogana, one of the volcanoes they've gone to, is renowned to be the largest degassing volcano in the southern hemisphere, if not globally. So they've certainly picked on a target that puts out a lot of gas, and if they can quantify the gas coming from there with the technology, then yeah, it could be certainly transferable to our volcanoes here in New Zealand.
But Dr. Scott says gas emissions are just part of the story.
Well, one of the joys of working with volcanoes is they always put their hand up before an eruption. Our challenge is to recognise that they've got the hand up and how high it's got it up. The gas signature is a significant part of the story, but earthquake and ground deformation data are also required, and if there's water around, the water chemistry as well.
Meanwhile, Dr. Werner is keeping an eye on the sleeping giant out of the office window.
Well, yeah, Mt Taranaki is overdue for an eruption, and I feel that we should definitely be looking at Mt Taranaki more closely, and that's part of my aim living here in beautiful New Plymouth.
Dr. Schipper's Walker Lab project has received support from the Marsden Fund and the EQC. I ngā mutu mo te hōtaka o te ahi ponei, ko Robin Martin aho.